Welcome to my channel, Lifestyle Aesthetics, where we teach you how to level up consistently over time. So today at the gym, we're gonna do a full body workout, starting with weighted pull-ups with 105 pounds. So people keep asking me, hey, why is it that you always do the same thing in the beginning with the weighted pull-ups and weighted dips? So essentially, I am starting off with weighted dips and then weighted pull-ups first, is because these are the key strengths to build that strong aesthetic body, like a Greek god where you're not overly bulky, but you're very strong, where these give real life applications. They provide functional work where the muscles you are working out provide real life applications, like I was saying. So, like if you were to push someone away, if they were harassing you and you need to defend yourself, but you don't want to escalate, you push them away, you have the strength to push them very far. As well as doing weighted pull-ups. You are, let's say, you are life or death situation. You try to pull yourself up a cliff. You can do that with ease. So I always do drop sets with these type of workouts. Two sets of drop sets. That's pretty much gonna do it for me. So we did the 105 pounds with weighted dips, and I always try to go deep on that stretch because that works out your lower pecs, triceps, anterior shoulders. And then I dropped it to 70 pounds, and then I'm doing it with 35 pounds. So the difference with this one is that I did close grip dips, but on this machine, when you rotate it the opposite way, you are making it farther. So your arms are placed farther apart, and it's working more of the chest area, more isolation on that part. So doing weighted dips is good for you, and of course, doing a cardio, 20 to 30 minutes incline walk is what I do to keep and maintain a Greek god body. You want to have that healthy aesthetic physique, healthy for your heart, trying to make sure that your body is actually working well for you. Trying to help you maintain that youthful energy. Also helps you look young as well. So we did those weighted dips with the wider grip, and then we are doing glute kickbacks. So I find myself having to neglect my glutes as sometimes I would focus on the hamstring work or like the quad work, but I don't do my glutes as much. So trying to do more emphasis on this type of machine. So I'm doing it light. Is my like one of my first few times doing this machine, trying to get used to it. But eventually, like all exercises, you want to do progressive overload, which means you want to increase the weight every week or every 2 weeks in order to build that strength. So with these glute kickbacks, it works your hamstrings and your glutes. And make sure that you actually correctly place your feet on the outline of the machine and that you're not too far forward, because when I actually did that, I got almost a little bit of an injury, but thankfully I stopped myself and I did it. And then, yeah, just continuing with these drop sets, trying to be very careful with these movements. Again, you want to make sure you do all your exercises correctly. Full range of motion, explosive when you push, but then slowly when you get back, right? Make sure you pick a moderate weight in the beginning so that way you're confident in it and that you're not gonna, pull a muscle and then you would have to like rest and then just delay your goals, right? So again, we are here to help you level up consistently over time. Whether you want to drop weight or you want to increase muscle mass, this is what I do. These are the workouts that I do every now and then. My splits would be upper body, lower body split. Sometimes I do full body like today because it's fun. So I like to mix it up whenever I can. So doing more kickbacks. Remember that my style could be different from yours, but I would recommend doing drop sets to keep it more keeping the flow of the movements, giving a nice pump and making sure that you are working out the muscles until you are, exhausted, sore, till failure, right? That's what we're trying to look for here. All right. And then after the kickbacks, we are going to go ahead and do some lat pull downs with the V grip. So I'm trying to work on my posture. You shouldn't lean too far back, and then here's like you are, trying to have the muscle to body connection, so muscle to mind connection. Uh, Back, you could, lean back 30 degrees, but this type works on your lats and biceps and forearms. I love this type of machine. It's really good. Um, Having that type of control, that weight down to your chest and slowly letting go up. It's good. I like this. This grip is one of my personal favorites. I really feel it on the bicep. It's good for the forearms as well, and like it's fun to do as opposed to the regular, you know, long bar, the T bar for the lat pull downs. So I always do a drop set, starting off with like 120, 140 pounds, dropping it to 100. So when I do my drop set, I drop it depending on how I feel that day. I could drop 20 pounds or I drop 40 pounds in a machine. That way I am actually working to failure, trying to be mindful of my quality reps. So if you do reps fast, it's like it doesn't count. Trying to make sure that it's slow and controlled, so that way my muscles actually grow, right? So that's pretty much what you want to do. You want to make sure that you are pulling it close to your chest, making sure that you let go slowly, and then you're gonna grow big, thick back, which helps gives you that V taper, right? So if your back is wider, your shoulders are wider than your waist, it's gonna be good. And then now I'm doing a reverse grip, where basically, supinated grip actually. My apologies. Supinated grip lat pull down. So this works out the biceps, of course, forearms, but also more emphasis on the lower back. So having a lower back is actually important because not many people focus too much on the lower back. They do the middle back, upper back, but the lower back also gives you that nice lat spread, gives you a nice width to where you help create that V taper. These supinated grips, where basically the palms are facing towards you, these lat pull down, it's actually good for you. Um, Trying to pull it again explosively down and then low, letting it go back up slowly. All right. And when you are gripping this type of bar, like if you want to do reverse grip, all right, we're gonna zoom in here. You don't want to be too much in the groove like where it's in the beginning. A little bit past the beginning part of the groove to where you are basically shoulder width apart for the hand placement. Okay, because you could kind of, it depends on how your mobility is, but again, we don't want to get hurt. We want to make sure that you are safe as you're doing these exercises. So by that part of the groove of the bar is where your hand should be. Remember, shoulder width apart. Uh, Trying to tuck in those elbows as you pull the bar close to your chest. All right. Then from there, we're going to do leg extension. So it's very important to make sure that you keep a mind of how you're doing these reps. Want to make sure that you're pulling it parallel to the floor, right? Trying to do these slow control movements. So you could also do explosive in the beginning and then letting the weight drop slowly as you release your legs from the machine. We do drop sets again, like always. Heavy 10 reps and then a little bit to moderate lower weight of 10 reps or 12. I do 2 to 3 sets of this type of movement. It's really good for the quads, right? Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it for these leg extensions. It's really good. It's really fun. I like doing these a lot actually. Having thick quads, like my legs don't naturally grow as fast. So I'm trying to put more emphasis on the quads to make sure that my body is a little bit more balanced out. It's more proportional. I want to make sure that I'm not like too top heavy where like with the muscle mass is like more pronounced on the upper body. Trying to do my best as much as I can to make sure that my lower body is also just as proportional, keeping the quads, big, but it doesn't have to be too big, so not too bulky. And then we do shoulder press like always. Um, Being more mindful of the fact that I'm not neglecting the anterior deltoids as much, even though I know that I work them out during the incline or weighted dip. type of movements. So incline bench presses does work out the anterior shoulders, but it's good to do these as well. And then I superset it with 15 pounds of an lateral raises. So as you notice, like we've been doing a little bit recently, I twist at the top, leading my elbows up. And you feel more of this movement in the middle shoulders. Okay, and it does work out the traps as well a little bit, but that's just a byproduct of some isolation movements. So 2 plates on each side. Sometimes I do it with 10 pounds, depending on how I feel that day. Trying to make sure I do it slowly. Don't lock in too much at the top, just slightly for 1 second, then you release slow. 3 to 5 reps on these 2 plates on each side, and I'm trying to, make sure that my shoulders are growing. I kind of want to grow my shoulders more. I feel like my back and my chest take a lot of the muscle mass that I have in my body. So having big shoulders, big traps is what I'm trying to aim for as well. I feel like I'm good already for biceps and triceps, but focusing more on my shoulders is what I want to do, at least for the next 6 months. Then I do some leg press. So I have worked up to the point where I can do this on full stack. The other type of leg press is not always available every time I want to use it. So I've been training on these for a while now. So do hamstrings and glutes as well. Sometimes I also feel it on my quads. Depending on how you are, like mobility wise, I like to have my feet spread apart a little bit wide and pointing my ankles and my feet diagonally towards the right, 45-degree angle. So that way, it's more easy on the knees. So I'm trying to make sure that when I push the weight, I mean, when I do when I do the leg press machine, trying to go all the way up and all the way down, not trying to bounce too much on the weight itself and trying to do quality reps because, again, if you do this fast, it's not going to do anything. And you definitely will feel this on the quads, on the glutes, hamstrings. It's really good. One of my favorite exercises. There's another version of this seated leg press where you are a little bit more closer to the platform just to get a better range of motion. But this is as far as it goes, and we do the best we can. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Full body workout to some extent. Doing a little bit of upper body and lower body. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram on the description down below. And we will see you in the next video.